Hello and welcome to Everyday Matters live stream. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much for coming. If this is your first time of coming to my live stream, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, on Facebook at Everyday Matters One, and I'll be more than happy to have you as part of my family. And subscribe to me on YouTube as well. I'll be more than happy to have you as part of my family. And if you're a returning subscriber, returning follower, thank you so much for always coming back to me. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having an amazing week, an amazing time. Well, thank you so much, every single one. Thank you so much. Okay. So today we have a very interesting topic on ground. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is about a CEO. So this is billionaire in Lagos, Nigeria, and that was apparently his life was wasted, unfortunately, by his side chick, so to say. So that's the story that we have on ground today. So that's what we will be talking about. Okay, so as always, I would like everyone's contribution, but before I go on, I just want to state that we do this live stream every Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time. Okay, so 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Europe time, 5 p.m. Nigerian time as well. So please feel free to follow us, to join us every single week. Okay, and I'll be more than happy to have you. Okay, and also your contribution is highly appreciated. Okay, so that it's not just one-sided or just me talking. Okay, so I really appreciate if you would also contribute to the session as well. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I really do appreciate. How is everyone doing? Okay, so as the story have it, so this man is, it was supposed to be 50 years old. I think it was the 18th of June, but somehow it got his life was ended prematurely just a few days before his birthday by his girlfriend, and the girl was only 21 years old. So yes, she was 21 years old, and she managed to end the guy's life. Okay, and since then there's been so much being said about it. Okay, so many things. So the girl was caught, okay, and she was arrested, and she gave a confession and said yes, that she actually did it. Angel's Corner, thank you for coming. She said that she actually did it, but it has raised a lot of questions like, did she actually do it? Okay, who else could have been involved? There's so many stories have come up. Angel's Corner, I know you posted a video on your channel about it as well. I think I saw it yesterday. Good evening, thank you for coming. So I know you posted a video about it as well, which I've seen. Okay, and there's so many different versions of stories. Some people saying that she's guilty, some people saying that she's not guilty, some people saying that the wife was involved, some people were saying that there was a hitman involved. So many different stories. So that's what we're just going to be talking, rubbing our minds together today, just to see, just to try to make sense, because as far as I'm concerned, the story really doesn't add up to me. Okay, so a healthy living with Deborah, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know if healthy living, I don't know if you've seen the story or if you've heard about it, but um if you have, please leave your contribution as well. I need to be highly appreciated. Thank you so much. So yeah, no, I saw it in your on your channel yesterday. But yeah, so the question that we have at Healthy Living, have you seen the story? Have you heard of the story that we're talking about today? Have you seen it? Just before we go on. Okay, and how is everyone doing before I jump in? Healthy Living, how are you? Angel's Corner, how are you? How's your weekend been? Okay, so the question on ground is, so for me, I have a very different feeling about this one. Okay, so I know everyone is putting blame on the girl. Elias, thank you for coming. Everyone is putting blame on the girl. Some people are putting blame on the man. But what I would just like to say is that the man is actually not here to defend himself. Okay, so good. I don't really have the details. Okay, so you don't have the details. You'll soon hear about it. Don't worry. So, everyone, shout out everyone. Okay, thank you so much. So I'll just say the story again. Elias, I don't know if you've heard the story. Man died. I just know the man died. Okay, so yeah. So what happened is, this man has a side chick. Okay, so he's married to this woman that lives in Abuja. Okay, very beautiful woman. She lives in Abuja with, I think they've got two kids. Okay, they've got two kids as well. But apparently he lives in Lagos. So he lives in Lagos while the Cubs, thank you for coming. So he lives in Lagos while um the woman lives in Abuja. Okay, they've got kids. The woman is an independent woman. She's got a good job. She works with NNPC Abuja, so she's doing very well for herself. She's very pretty. Okay, and that begs the question of why would her husband want to cheat on her? But that's another a completely different story entirely. Okay, because the reason why people cheat, you can never know from the surface, from looking at it from the surface. Okay, so yeah, so this woman lives in Abuja, the husband lives in Lagos. The husband is a billionaire, the woman is doing well for herself. Okay, so he has a a communication company, and Super TV. Okay, so he's the CEO, he's doing really well. And for some reasons, I don't know what was going on between him and his wife. He was cheating on his wife, and then he had a side chick that was 21 years old. Bearing in mind that he was meant to be 50 years old on the 18th of June. Okay, so he's 50, and the side chick was 21. Okay, and somehow they were meant to meet somehow, and then they rented the Airbnb together, or the story is just it's just crazy. So he gave her money, okay, and then she rented the Airbnb, apparently trying to cover his tracks because he didn't want people to know what he was doing. He didn't want the money to come out of his account. That's the story we've been told. He didn't want the money to come out of his account. If you best, thank you for coming. He didn't want the money to come out of his account, so he transferred money to the girl, the 21-year-old girl, and the girl booked the Airbnb somewhere in Lekki in Lagos. Okay, so that happened. I think it was like maybe around the 13th, the 14th of June, and his birthday was the 15th of the 18th of June. And somehow, close to his birthday, they started looking for him. They couldn't find him. They tried to reach him on the phone. They couldn't reach him. And then they started looking for him. And somehow they were able to trace him. They were able to trace him to this Airbnb in Lekki. Okay. And when they traced him, they found out that he was already gone. Okay. And then they started doing their investigation. And somehow the investigation led to the girl whom he'd paid money to. Okay, the girl that actually paid for the Airbnb. Okay, so they traced it. They traced her they traced her and then found her and got apprehended. They arrested her. Okay, and then she came. So you haven't heard the story. Okay. So the story, I wish I could show the video, honestly. Okay, you saw the picture, the girl's picture on my thingy, right? That's how innocent the girl looks. She looks so innocent. She's young, she's only 21, and then she came out and confessed that she actually did the act. Okay, so she actually ended the man's life. Okay, now the question is, if you look at the video, there's no remorse on the girl's face. There's nothing. The story is all over it's all over Instagram. It's all yesterday. I was just going from one to another because I was trying to get, because I knew I wanted to talk about it today. So I was just all day yesterday. That's what I was doing, trying to get some more information. Lady J, thank you for coming. And Facebook as well, yes. So now they're saying that it's the man's fault. Okay, because the man went because she keeps shouting. They're saying it's the man's fault because the man went after someone that's older, that's young enough to be his daughter. Okay, and then there's a story, and there's a saying that, it's something that happens in Nigeria anyway, so the man is not the first. And yes, he's not the first. Unfortunately, this happened to him. Okay, so the question now is, this girl has said, okay, I did the act. Okay, and she said she did it, but my question is, did she really do it? And when I'm asking that question, did she do it? And I'm asking myself again, if she hasn't done it, would she say she's done it? Okay. If anyone has seen the story, just let me know your opinion on the chat so that I'll know what I'm talking about, so that it's not just my opinion because I'm just telling the story here. Okay, so if because she's so young and she looks so innocent, I'm like, oh, is it that someone is pressurizing her to speak? But if someone is pressurizing her to speak, then does she not know the consequences? What would it be that she's looking at as making her to comfort to say, okay, I've actually done this thing? Okay, now the other thing that's making me question this act is the fact that this is a man, so a 21-year-old man in the BNB and Airbnb, yeah, killed ended the life of a grown man. Okay, and this man is an amateur boxer. So this man is an amateur boxer. This girl is only 21. She's young and she looks so innocent. She did it, not she won't. If not, she won't confess. And that's what everyone is saying, that she did it, she did it, she did it. But my question is, how could she, a grown man that's an amateur boxer, and you that's a small girl, how did that, how that's the point I can't get my head around. How did that actually happen? I know everyone, all the videos I've seen are saying, okay, she's done it, she's done it, she's done it because she confessed. But my question is, how so Heather Livy asked me, why did she do it? So what she said was, funny enough, she and this guy, she said they met. Initially, when the story came up, they said they've only known each other for 2 weeks. Okay, but in her confession, she said they've known each other for about 4 to 5 months. Were introduced by a friend, but they haven't met very often. Okay, maybe they've met a couple of times, but not so many times. Okay, so if you think about it, they've only met 5 months, 4 to 5 months ago, and she's a Bronx girl. Okay, so they won't have met. Maybe they've met once a month or maybe once in 2 months. So they haven't met very often. And then they arranged to meet. She rented she rented this Airbnb using her money, using the money that the man had paid to her. Okay, and she said the reason why she did it was because the man wanted to have her. Okay, she wasn't happy, and then he kind of forced his way to have her. Okay, and that passed, and then they wanted to come back again. She wasn't happy, therefore they were struggling, and then she picked a knife. She ran into the kitchen and then picked a knife, and then she used the knife on him, not once, not twice, but a third time. Okay, but the story says that there were multiple wounds, but she said it was 3 times, so 2 times on the neck. Tell me what the man was doing at the time when she was doing that. Okay, so she said the reason was because the man wanted to force himself on her, and the man doesn't help her financially. So that was why she did what she did. Okay, so she used the knife on his neck twice, and she used a knife on his chest as well. So that's and those 2 places are very strategic. So if you ask me what my opinion is that someone else came in. That's unless something else comes up, my opinion is that someone else came in to do that act. So she might have been aware, so it might have been planned and set up, but my opinion is that someone else or maybe some other people came in, because when the knife went into the man were strategic points. On his neck twice, on his chest, close to his heart. So it was, for me, it was planned, it was prearranged that should happen. That, okay, we're going to do this thing, but what they've done is they've used the girl as a bait, because they know that this man likes small girls. Yeah, the man likes small girls, so they use this girl as a bait. Okay, and then that happened. I'm just gonna read some comments. So Elias Matter, good evening, host. Lady G, thank you for coming. If you best, thank you for coming. BB Physio Food, thank you for coming. So Elias say, there is more to the story now. I read she was paid to set the man up because the wife was looking for a way to divorce him. I don't know how true this is. Okay, so that's another version of the story. And that's what I'm saying. There's more. This story, there's more to it. And every single day there's new stories coming up every single day. Green for God channel, thank you for coming. So new stories are coming up every single day. Lizzie Atkins, thank you for coming. It doesn't add up for me, Lizzie. Exactly. So there's a story that came up, I think it was yesterday, saying that the man's wife was involved, that the man's wife was having an affair with the girl's uncle. And then because she wanted a divorce, then what she did was to look for a way to set the man up. And then, so if I look at it from that angle, I'm like, okay, they said the man saw his pictures of him, his nude pictures in the girl's phone. Okay, and that part, they said the girl was sleeping. Well, the story the girl gave us is that they were both arguing, and they were fighting over the knife, and then that happened. And another thing that influenced her as well was the fact that they were smoking and they were drinking. So the man was high on alcohol, she was high on drugs. Okay, so that was so the story is it's crazy. I try to make sense of it from the left, from the right. It doesn't add up in any way. So if the woman wants to to um to look for evidence, does in Africa, do we really need evidence? So if you know that this man is cheating, or if there's irrecoverable, is it irreconcilable difference, is that what they call it? That's enough, is grounds for divorce. Okay, so does she need an evidence of him cheating before she divorces him? Okay, so why would she want to blackmail him? Okay, I'm talking about the wife now. Why, and if indeed she wanted evidence, why would the guy, who was the girl's uncle, why would he want to set the man up with his own niece, knowing that if this person is caught, it will come back to me? you know so it's just crazy. Some people are saying this, some people, no, now our husband and wife no balance at all. No, they were both independent, they were okay, they just weren't linked together. And some people came, and there's another story that came and said the wife was not has not been with her husband for up to 2 years, that's why he was cheating. I'm like, excuse me. I heard about the story, it doesn't add up. No, but how come the man is so weak that he couldn't push her out to take the knife away? And as he said, he was drunk. He was drunk on alcohol, and she was drunk on drugs. She was high. She was high on drugs. He was high on alcohol. But if both of them were high, how come? So the story is just crazy, to be honest. Baby Feed Food, thank you for coming. It's really serious, and there's more to it. Now, our husband and wife, no balance at all. Green for God channel. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, guys. Thank you also so much, very much. So, guys, you've heard the story. What do you think about the story? Do you think that it's possible that the girl actually did it? Because to me, I feel like someone else did it. Okay, and when they got in touch with the person that runs the Airbnb, and the security, they said the only person that came to the apartment was the courier dispatch riders to deliver drugs to them. So that was the only person that came. And I'm thinking, could it be this person that came in the guise of a dispatch rider? Could it be that person that actually carried out the task? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking about the story. If they were both high, how come she had the strength to stab him that deep? Exactly. And not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the story, now the man is not there to say his own part of the story exactly. And the funny thing is, after she'd done it, yeah, the story after she'd done it, she took the man, she said the man gave her his ATM card and his PIN. Who does that? The man gave him ATM card and PIN, and she went into the man's account and withdrew I think it was 10 million naira from the man's account. And when they asked her, she said no, she didn't take 10 million naira. She took only 380,000 naira. So why? So he was drunk and suddenly he was able to overpower him. Richard, thank you for coming. Good evening, host and everyone. Thank you so much. This life is something which I think is avoidable. Exactly. Still in the background. Thank you so much. Still at the background. Okay. Happy Sunday, Big Sis Club. Okay, so yes, it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. Okay, so and someone said that if he'd brought the girl to his house, he lives in Banana Island, a very expensive place in Lagos. So if he had brought the girl to his house, then that couldn't have happened. Okay, but whoever the girl should be an expert in killing. Exactly. But looking at that girl, it's possible that she's just pretending, but looking at her, I can't. So if she did it, if she's an expert, just like you said, DB Physio, if she's an expert, then she would know that once that act is carried out, the next thing is to discharge. The next thing is to escape so that you will not be found. But what did she do? She went to the man's account, withdrew the man's account, and went to her parents' house. You understand? So that's why I'm like, if she's indeed an expert, because it would take an expert to do something like that. So if she's indeed an expert, then she would not withdraw money from the man's account, or if she did, she won't be found in her father's house. So it was pre-planned. Yes, I agree. It was pre-planned. The girl is not alone. There's more to it. Exactly. And that's what I've been saying from the beginning. There's more to the story. There's more to it. There is more to it. Okay, and they were saying that, I think another of the stories said that, okay, she was trying to be a big girl and all that. But to me, I feel like she was stupid. She wasn't smart. She wasn't smart at all, because if she was smart, if she knows that this thing has happened, the next thing is to carry herself and go somewhere that she won't be found. Don't go to a friend, don't go to a family. Go. Would they watch action film now? Go somewhere that she won't be found. But no, she didn't. Rather, she went to her father's house, and that was when she was apprehended. So that's why I'm like, is she really an expert? Did she really commit this crime? Or is someone threatening her behind, saying, okay, you have to say that you did it otherwise? Or is she being paid to do it? Was she paid to do it? Okay, so these are just the questions that are going through my head. Okay, if you just my cup, then okay, exactly, it was pre-planned. Then she went to withdraw her share of the money. So greed. Nyagas in the buy, thank you for coming. The truth will soon be out. Exactly. Did you say she wasn't smart? The reason I said she wasn't smart, was the reason I said Cubs, and the reason I said she wasn't smart is the fact that you committed this crime, all everything traces back to you. So the account, the hotel was booked by you, by your account. You took the money and went back to your parents' house. You understand? So that's where I'm coming from. Why I'm saying that she's not smart, because if she's that smart, if she's smart enough to kill someone, I don't know if she did. If she's that smart, then she would know that. And someone said she's a professional. If she was that professional, then she would know that, okay, I can't go home, because if I go home, I'll be caught. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said she wasn't smart. But if she actually did that crime, then she's a liar, she's a pretender. She's just pushing, as in the whole of the internet, everyone is going crazy because of her. In that case, I'll say she's smart. But I'll just read a few more comments. There's no serious. The truth will be out. Healthy living, okay. Youngers in Dubai, thank you so much for coming. DB Studio Food says, welcome Dubai. How are you? How you are looking beautiful as always. How are you? Who are you talking to, Richie? There's no name there. I don't know who you're talking to. Can talk with Richie, okay. Maybe she was promised immunity. Probably. Maybe they told her that if you confess to the crime, and that was the first thing I told her. Someone is at my gate. Who is it? Oh, actually, two people. How do I add now? Add to stream. I didn't know Blue Jeans was there. Oh, hi, Blue Jeans.
Hello, can you hear
Wait,
me?
yes, I can hear you now. I
Good afternoon. Hello,
Blue Jeans, I
everyone.
thought you were driving. Hello,
When I
everyone.
when I saw the thumbnail, I had to stop. This was, I don't know. Let me just introduce myself. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hello.
Everyday Matters. Thank you for having us. So yes, it's an exciting one. I have no idea what I'm looking at. It's a messy story, and for me, honestly, I think it is high time we call out bad things where we see it, because man, I feel if you check, people probably knew that this man, the guy that's deceased, was into stuff like this. And by that
Yeah.
I mean, we know of men, when it comes to men who are in power, men who have money and side chicks, it's a norm. And their
Yeah.
families usually know, their friends usually know, people around them usually know, and they don't say anything. They keep quiet,
Mm,
and most times they get away with it. And it's not like they getting away with it is the girl gets pregnant, or it's usually messy. He's not the
mm,
first person we've had of, a rich guy who is doing something like this, and it comes out that it was a girl and he was killed. So again, we should not condone bad behavior.
yeah.
People, we know of instances of people back home, people around us, because of money, because of wealth, we just turn blind eye. We look the other way. I'm sure his
Yeah.
friends, family, people knew about stuff like this, but he's a
Yeah.
big man. He's a millionaire, big boy, lives
It's
in,
allowed.
yeah. And most times it's usually this. Most times it's the girl that gets killed. Most times
Mm,
it's the guy that gets killed. It's a big one. So yes, I think we should call out bad
bad
things.
behavior.
Yeah, we just call
Yeah.
out bad behavior so people are
Absolutely.
aware. And men in power, men with money, ladies, be aware. I don't know what girls are looking for with papas.
Honestly,
No idea. Is it that young men have finished in university? Is it that young men are not in the
young men don't have money. Young men
ah,
can't give them the flashy life they want. And someone was talking about Instagram. Like they follow these people on Instagram that are flashy,
hmm,
so they want to be like them.
wow.
So part of it is greed. So the greed, like, okay, I saw this my friend wearing a Louis Vuitton handbag or eyeglasses or something. I want to be like that. So even though they are young guys and I love them,
Yeah.
they want to be a big girl. So that's
Well,
why they keep and this thing is not new and it's not going to stop now. But
exactly.
it's sad. It is sad.
I think ladies should talk to ladies. You and cops then are here for a reason. People should talk to young girls out there, because apparently young girls don't listen to men anymore. They listen to papas. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
Even ladies, you guys should be talking to young girls, because I don't understand these days.
I think everybody should be talking to everybody, because if you're saying that young girls don't listen to ladies, then they should listen. The papas in question should be the ones advising them, because
Mm,
I think the age difference between them is like she's like twice his age, if not, or sorry,
more
he is
than
like twice her age or something like that.
more than
And you see these things happen, and like everyday matter said, it happens, and it's not like this is where it's going to end. This is not the first time it has happened. It keeps happening, right? And like Blue Jeans was also saying, most of the time it's usually the girl that gets the short end of the stick. Either she goes to do an abortion and dies
yeah.
during the process or something. But all these things happen so that we sit down and we learn stuff from these scenarios. I mean, we can start
Yeah.
going into the nitty gritty of, oh, she had an accomplice, she did this thing or she did that. Where her name is raised now is going to be associated with the murder, whether she
Yeah.
had an accomplice or she didn't have one. The bigger picture here is all this push for designer bag, designer this.
Designer clothes.
I honestly don't know why there's so much a need for this, right? And people don't understand that on Instagram and Facebook, a lot of people are living fake lives. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't know. I just don't get it.
There was a story. Sorry to coach. There was a story recently. I saw the story recently. So this happened a year ago. There was this lady, Blessing.
Mm,
She was an Instagram influencer, and then she went to someone's house. to take pictures and said, it's her birthday. She was only I think 30 or so. She's completed a house, but it wasn't true. So the man in question, the owner of the house, lives abroad. The man came and called her and said, why are you posing in front of my house and saying that it's your house? She went back to Instagram and to her platforms and started saying, oh, this one is this man's house, or me, I have my own house. And what happened was the man got her arrested. They deceived her to the house and then got her arrested. It was all over social media. She said she disgraced herself. Wow. You understand? And then 1 year later, or maybe 2 years later, she now built her own house. But this is someone that was trying to encourage people. So she's a divorcee. She's trying to tell women that, okay, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. But she's still posing to be who she's not.
Yeah.
You know, so just like you and Bleachings have said, it's high time that we start knowing that what we see on the internet, what we see on social media, it's not true.
Yeah. I agree.
It's heartbreaking, and most of the time the girl is the one that gets the other end of it.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
not just the girl, the man's wife, his children, his parents, his extended family, his office workers, his businesses, his business partners, contracts he has left. It's a whole, I don't know how to put it, because of bad
and even
stuff.
his mom is alive as well.
Yeah, it's a big mess. It's a big mess.
Exactly.
And to me, the best way we can influence things like this is to start with our inner circle. If you have a younger brother, if you have a younger sister, people you can control, a junior one, it doesn't need to be your big uncle who lives in Ikoyi. No. We can start with the people around us, your younger brother, your someone you can tell, please, if you're doing this kind of stuff, stop it. Don't go online and be posing. The latest thing now is that ladies these days, everybody's a dancer. You go on Instagram, all the girls are dancers. If they are not dancers, they are into gymming equipment. They are wearing gym. Everybody is gymming their backsides. Everybody is tying WrestleMania WWE belts. Everybody is a model. Everybody is into
it's crazy. It is crazy, and this is what the younger ones will see and want to be like them, even though it's not real.
So,
it's sad.
Yeah, Elias made a comment about nobody wants to suffer these days. I think I think part of the problem is that we need to change our mindset and educate the people that are around us, because sometimes people see maybe Everyday Matters, yourself and your husband today, and they feel, okay, this is how it has always been. You guys met each other and you both were rolling in dollars and pounds and all that. It doesn't work like that. And the whole notion of, I know nobody born me to come suffer. You're building, you're not suffering. You're building a generation. I mean, Blue Jeans and I, when we started off, we didn't have 1/10 of what we have now.
No, but I had everything. I was a prince. I was a millionaire.
Well, you had everything you needed.
I was a millionaire.
And that's the thing. We need to let people know that it's a process of building, and you are part of it. You're going to be one of the shareholders of, because if it's money that is your aim and your target, then what more can you want than being one of the stakeholders or the people who are heavily invested in it? So we need to start telling girls, guys, this, because it's not a woman thing, it's not a guy thing. We all hands have to be on deck. The older generation, because you hear people like I like sometimes when my mom tells me, oh, children of these days, I say it's not children of these days. Everybody has a part to play. Children didn't fall out of the sky. They were raised by parents. So parents are the ones raising like Blue Jeans was saying, that's why I don't even go. The only thing I go to Instagram and Facebook just to chat with someone and out. I hardly do all that. Maybe that's why some of these gist I don't really know about it, because sometimes I see things that I wish I never saw. You get? Sometimes we invest so much time in all these social media things that add no value to us. You want likes, you want this, you want that. Sometimes you see some people that are heavily invested on Facebook and all this, where they're not even generating any revenue, just because somebody liked my video, put in a perfect picture, paintbrush this, come on. And the older people are doing, the parents are doing it, the children are doing it. It's not like it's just the young people doing it. There are parents that are doing that as well.
And not just on social media. Ify Best channel said, I just pity the parents of the girls for putting them into big shame. It's not, I'm not pitying anybody, because me, I know parents who will gladly, give their children away. I know parents who would, you will go to the village, they'll tell you, take my daughter, take my son, take them to the city. You tell them you don't have the capacity to train. They say, no, just go with them, anything, just go. They are willing. And again, it
And
could be poverty.
some parents would be like, can't you see your mate?
Yeah.
Can't you see what your mate is doing?
We know people around us who gladly send their children to the city, send their children to their rich uncle, and they call it going to university. A girl that hasn't passed her SSC, can barely speak English, is suddenly year 1 university in Lagos. Come on, who is fooling who?
Exactly.
And everybody in her house knows, her mother knows, her parents, her brother, everybody knows what is going on. But she's in 100 level university. If you dig deeper, she's doing part-time. If you dig deeper, she's doing
it's not even in school.
It's
and that's the thing. Some of the parents encourage this bad behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, so a child comes to, let's remove the girls now. Let's go to the guys. Your son comes to you and buys a car. I'll take ask Waiting.
I'm sorry,
what type of car is it first? Is it brand new?
A brand new, a Jeep or something.
It doesn't even matter. A child who is in university, what business does he have getting a car?
Comes home with this car and starts giving you money. You don't ask, like, okay, my son, where did this come from? Instead, you are celebrating, like, my son don't hammer.
Yeah. And you know, the truth is, sometimes we just blame it on, it is social media, as if it's some jazz out there in the air. Even before the social media, you see mothers putting pressure on their sons. This person has built a house. There was no social media then. It's just the same thing, that we have another avenue to amplify it and make the issue. Social media, there are so many good things that have come out of social media. Let's apportion the blame where the blame should be. Our mothers are responsible, fathers are responsible, uncles, aunties, everyone is responsible. It's not social media. Social media is just one way that makes it easier for people to access sex, money, the whole 9 yards. It's more than when we've gone past the pandemic when it comes to this kind of issues. And sometimes you see it and think, it's not an African thing. It's heavily an African thing. Sometimes we say, it's poverty. It's not. It's just an excuse. There are poor people. You can't tell me that it's all poor people who give out their daughters and their sons. Then it's not all of them that do it.
Absolutely.
People just will look for something as an excuse. This is the reason why I am doing this, to justify or to make themselves sleep better at night. There's no level which you will get to where you sell your kid out just so that you can have some money. Come on. It doesn't make sense.
And that's so true. That's so true. And I think what we need to start doing as parents, I know that when you raise your child, you do your bit and the child will become whatever they want to be.
Exactly.
But it's time that we start, as parents, start investing in our children, and especially the girl child, and letting them know that you are a child, you are important, just as the man is. You know, I was having this conversation with my friends, because we have a WhatsApp group, and we're talking yesterday, and someone said, if a woman cheats, that's her gone, and pack her things and go out of the house. In my head, I'm like, in this modern day, do you think if say for instance I cheat on my husband and the relationship breaks, am I going to go back to my father's house? No, I'm okay myself, so I don't necessarily need to depend on him. Okay, so we need to train our girl child to develop themselves, to become independent, so that whether there's a man or a woman or a sugar daddy or not, you know, they are okay, they are proud of themselves.
That would be hard though, because honestly, trying to train people to see riches when they are used to poverty is very, very difficult. I know of people who grew up in the most horrible. The best they know is their father has multiple girlfriends, and that is the way a man should behave. The best they know is a girl is supposed to be used. It's how they grew up. It's a lifestyle for them.
But it's not an excuse. I know it's a contributing factor. But the thing is, sometimes we keep pandering around. It's hard. So that's an excuse for you to always take. Things
really,
are
really
hard.
It's
I agree. Hard. There are so many things that are hard, but it doesn't mean it's impossible.
It's really,
It
really hard.
doesn't mean it is impossible, and it doesn't mean there's so many people that are going through even much worse situations in terms of poverty and access and all the things they've been exposed to. There are children who were raised in homes where there's polygamous homes, and they come out and say, God forbid that I have to do this on my child, and they turn a complete 360. Was it easy? Of course, it's much difficult for them who grew up. That's what they grew up with. They imbibe it from the environment compared to a child who grew up in a nuclear home. But it's not an excuse to say, okay, so since I came out of polygamous home, I'm just going to repeat the cycle over and over again. Something being hard is not an excuse to avoid getting the work done. Yes.
So I have a friend. She's an American. I hope she won't be watching this video. But while she was at uni, her dad, she came from a polygamous home, right? Her dad was very well to do, but at the time, the dad abandoned her and her siblings. Okay, her mom lived in a different city, so the dad kind of abandoned her. So the mom was by herself raising them. So the mom used to do business. The mom used to travel abroad and all that. And things just went haywire at some point. They couldn't even afford 3 square meals in a day. And there's this story she told me, and because we did our youth service together. She said there was one Christmas they couldn't even afford a chicken. That's one story that she always tells, because me, I have the one I always tell myself, like at some point this was what it was for me. But today, and she didn't use that as an excuse. Herself and her siblings, she has one sister and one brother. They were so well behaved. So even in the absence of all the luxuries they were used to, they were well behaved. She's now married. She's got her own kids. She's got 3 kids now. She's in America. So she didn't just throw herself away like, okay, because I'm used to wealth, because I'm used to a good life, therefore, because this thing is no longer here, then I would go and look for it.
Yeah.
So let's not, like Hobson said, let's not make excuses. And like you said, Bleedings, let's call out bad behavior when we see it. And for the men as well, for God's sake.
No, there's no God's sake in this. No. The men are the victim. The men are the victim.
Don't say that.
No.
Let me explain. Men have been brainwashed to believe that it's all about power, it's all about money, it's all about how many women you have at your arm. If you are married, can you keep your wife in one place and have multiple girlfriends? That is how men have been programmed. If a rich man walks in here, ladies don't care if he's married. It's okay if a rich man is working with multiple girls. Society accepts it. Men have been traumatized. Men have been brainwashed. Men have been hypnotized. Men have been hoodwinked.
A lot of
men are suffering from PTSD. We need I'm serious.
But I kind of agree with him in the sense that it's a two-way street. Sometimes we tend to pander. Sometimes we tend to pander to only what the women feel, what the women, but we forget that there's a brainwashing that is going on with guys. If you check any average young guy, especially in Nigeria, they just want to, when I get to become governor, I go hammer chicks everywhere. That's the lingua
exactly.
franca.
And I was going to say something. There was one, I think I watched someone's video, and the lady left a comment that she overheard her husband saying, once they sign this contract and say the girls go no saying don't come.
That's and he's not, and that is what everybody will tell him. His friends, his parents, his neighbors, they will all expect that from him. I bet you if he becomes a chairman and he goes home with a girlfriend, even though people know he's married, everybody will start whispering, oh, maybe that's his second wife. Start making it permissible. You start hearing that a young man who is married now has multiple wives, but he's multiple girlfriends, and everybody is okay with it. The church is okay with it. His neighbors are okay with it. The office is okay with it. His parents are okay with it. It's too much pressure. He's brainwashed. You turn on the TV, you're watching Nollywood movie. All the big boys that hammer are doing the same thing: flashy cars and girls. You turn on Netflix, all the big boys, flashy cars and girls. Same. That is the way we portray boys. That way we portray men. Men are being brainwashed.
And even
we need a hospital, we need to be assigned allocation of money to go and visit therapists. We need massage. we need pampering. I'm serious.
But in all seriousness,
it's high time we all take responsibility.
Exactly.
The fact that everyone is doing it, the fact that people see it as a norm doesn't mean it's right.
And all hands need to be on deck. It's not a woman problem. It's not a guy's
No,
problem. It's
it's
our
a
problem. It's a
societal thing.
No,
collective
no, no, no,
problem.
no, no. You people should speak for the women. I'm speaking for the men. It is no. You people should go and solve your problem with the girls who like papas. I will
Because
deal
again,
with the
if you
boys.
just look at the little things, little things that affect the men. So, for example, you put on the TV. There's an ad playing on yogurt. You'd see a girl as if she's having sex. It's not a
Yeah.
guy that they put there. Who do you think they're pandering to? They're pandering to men. It's not women that are going to be in awe or sucking up all the content of how the woman looks. No, it's the guy that they're pandering to. And that's what the whole media, the society, everybody is responsible. The girl who is willing to put herself to do a yogurt advert and she's wearing bikini. What in concern bikini inside yogurt?
And it's good that you mentioned that, because it's not just yogurt. When you talk about anything perfume,
Huh.
any advert that has to do with perfume, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's just a perfume. Do you have to make it
Sexual?
so
Yeah.
so every
Erotic or
advert,
sexual.
that
It's horrible.
they're trying to lure people into doing these things. But as individuals, we need to take responsibility. It's not right.
Yeah.
So yes, we should pray for the men. That's why Father's Day was a good thing. We should have done a prayer for the men.
Wow.
We should have.
Blue
We should. No, I'm serious. We should have like Sunday collection for the men towards a trust fund where men would, once they turn 18, they go to a school. They will be retrained. All this brainwashing will stop. I'm serious. By the
Honestly,
time
I
we start,
think it's
by the time we start charging
They're
women, by the
good
time
men.
we
They're
start
good
charging women, no, by the time we start charging women for the healthcare benefits of men, all of this will stop.
What does that even mean?
No.
No, for every
No.
money people break their heart, you pay them. Any money people pander to, you pay them. You people face consequences. Yes.
Okay. I'll just say
the
one
men
more.
want to feel among the women. The girls want to feel among. They want to feel like they're high class.
Yeah.
So everyone is involved. Everyone. So the
Exactly.
girls are going through. So we can base the same argument on the women as well, on the girls. Like, okay, their friends are oppressing them, just like you're saying that the men are oppressing their friends. So we could say the same thing, but we need to take responsibilities. As a girl, as a woman, as a boy, as a man, take responsibility.
Yeah.
And don't start doing things because other people, because at the end of the day, a lot of guys that are looking at, okay, I want hammer, they get themselves involved in things that they shouldn't.
Yeah. Drugs.
There was a video I watched recently of this boy that said he knew that he wanted to do a ritual. His parents are Christians, but he said he was just looking for someone to suggest it, for someone to kind of point him in the right direction. And as soon as the person said, there's this person somewhere, he went with it straight away. So let's not start blaming people to say, okay, it's because of this person. Let's take responsibility. It's my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say because I saw someone. I have a friend that always talk about her. She's got, I don't know if she's watching me, but she's got like 4-5 children. But if you see her, she's slim.
Every day matters. I'm sorry, but I have to say this. The kind of friends you have, you've listed like 10 examples. My friend. I'm beginning to worry. Are you sure I should have friends like you? Your friends
what does that mean?
The point I'm trying to make is I will now not go and kill myself because someone else has that life.
Yeah.
I have my own lane. I'm walking on my own lane, and I always talk about my journey. This is my journey.
Yeah.
Mary, I think I saw Mary and Yogwe. Thank you for coming. This is my journey. Okay, the fact that my friend has a perfect life, or the fact that this person
appears perfect. Yeah, appears perfect because it really isn't.
Because again, we know in social media, and most things on social media are just fake.
Yeah.
So
but
the fact that again, I'll say this. I'll not start going and say, okay, you know what? Let me go and start making myself, or start doing things that I shouldn't do because I want a life.
I'll just say one more thing and just get off the stage so other people can say, because I think it's some of this, like I said earlier, these things happen for a reason. Yes, it makes for good conversation and, the girl is horrible. She did this, she killed somebody and all that. Let's not forget the root cause of this. This is something that could have been avoided.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
her parents putting her in check, or somebody putting the man in check, or something somewhere. If we had just tied up those loose ends, we probably won't be having this conversation today. So
Yeah.
in the circle, and this whole notion of, oh, it's not my business, and I know I also stand accused, my hand raised, because I also do that. I don't want somebody to come for me and all that. When you see something that is wrong, call it out for what it is. Say something. I was on Love Francis live stream yesterday, and I think she was saying something about pointing out to people where there are things they do wrong in the video. And I was like, it's like person never abused you before, because I've had it where people will tell you stuff and then you try to correct someone or something and they run off, they get angry and all that. But the point is, the reason for me deciding to, okay, I'm no longer going to tell anybody about anything they do wrong, is because I'm just injecting some of my past experience into someone else that has nothing to do with. Let's start making things our business. It takes a good village to raise. I mean, I can sit down and say, oh, Blue Jeans doesn't have any side chick, or I don't have any side chick. What of our son? What of our daughter? What of Everyday Matters daughter and son? It takes, everyone is involved. We're created as relational beings. We don't just exist in ourselves. So the thing that you think you're saying, oh, it's not my business, 2 years, 10 years down the line, it may become your business, because then it's your son involved, or your daughter, or your cousin, or something. This thing, I mean, again, we're making it a good gist conversation and all that, but let's not forget the root cause. Look at the people in your circle of influence. What are you doing? What role are you playing? Because we can say, oh, it's a very wicked girl. What role have you contributed? Are you one of those people that you see a video or a picture where the person is half naked, and you'll be one of the people to like the video and say, like it, and say, oh, you're looking hot, you're looking sexy. And you know, this is a married woman. I shouldn't be clicking on a video. I mean, what if my daughter is seeing me liking? These are little things that we do to contribute and encourage such behaviors. Encourage. So again, I mean, I keep saying the people you have around you is very, very, very important. Surround yourself with people who are smarter, people who will tell you the truth, people who don't have, I mean, I prefer people who don't have filter, that will tell me as it is, and then we'll deal with the semantics of how you said it, how it made me feel, and all that rubbish, because all that is now moving away from the problem and addressing all the things that are unnecessary. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Surround yourselves with the right people, and call a spade a spade.
In the spirit of calling a spade, let's not kid ourselves. Let me just end with this one. Honestly, all this drive towards sex has brought about disease, HIV, STD. These same sex have brought about unwanted pregnancy. These same people rushing for sex have brought about broken homes, damaged children. So please, let's be careful when we say we are trying to sell sex, or we are into the sex game. Let's be careful, because when we play with sex, we've seen people who have contacted HIV, died prematurely.
People have died. A lot of people have died.
We've seen families broken up because of one horrible act. We've seen children destroyed. So yes, let's be careful what we jump into, because there are consequences out there. If you play with fire, you likely get burnt.
That's true. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming up to my screen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cobbs, then, for coming as well. I really, really do appreciate you. But they've just said it. We need to go to the root of the whole thing. And I think I was speaking to, I think it was someone's live stream, and they're saying that they don't pity the man because of what he's done. Okay, but what I've said is, these things happen, and no one deserves to lose their lives because of something they've done, or because of an offense they've committed. So yes, this has happened. What lesson are we learning from it? You as a man, you as a girl, what lesson are you learning from this situation? Okay, so you as a girl that's looking at other girls that are social media influencers or dressing up and doing Future Soundbit, thank you so much for coming. So you as a girl that's looking at other people and wanting to have their life, what lesson have you learned from this young girl? And you as a man that wants to carry a side chick despite the fact that you are married, what lesson have you learned? So there's a lesson to learn. So yes, we know that the story is crazy. The story is something I can get my head around, but for everything, like Cousin said, there's always a reason. Okay, when you tell people the truth, they will turn into hatred and find way to take against you. So the best solution is to walk away. So sometimes you can, but sometimes you have to, okay? And you don't have to tell them directly, okay, but there's a way to go about it. And the Bible says that he that knows what to do and doesn't do it, to that person is counted as sin. So if you know that this person is going to fall, I'm not saying make it your business. Don't make other people's business your business. But then there comes a time where you have to speak, and that's when you need to speak. Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to make people's business your business, but the people around you, say your child, your brother, that little girl, that young girl around you, they are your responsibility. And like earlier said in one of our videos, it takes a village to raise a child. Okay, here, my dear, these things happen, but I'm learning that as they take it against you, you leave that person, but not to lose eye for the next person. Okay, so talk with Rich is saying, God that said one should not commit adultery knows the consequences from sides. That's why he gave that rule that is had there. What is had there? Okay, so I've just lost my comments. Hold it. So God that says don't commit adultery knows why. Okay, why he said that. And again, it might not just be that. There's also something called crime of passion. So the wife could have said, okay, you know what, how dare you cheat on me, and then do that. Or the girl could have said, okay, you can only have, I want to have you to myself, and then hurt the person. There's a crime of passion as well. So that's something that we need to be careful of. Okay, the future man did not learn anything yet because I have never been in such a situation. I guess I have to try some side chicks, then come back here and tell my lesson. So let's not wait. Don't wait till it happens to you. Don't wait until it's your experience. These things are happening. We're seeing them. We're hearing about them. So let's learn from it. Okay, so which is very true. And we being humans feel that we know past the creator. Still here in the background. Thank you all so much. Yes, that's the truth. Okay, so God has said, even, and recently, just yesterday, the video came up that the health minister in the UK was found in his office. So he was having an affair with his aide in his office. They were kissing and all that in his office. A married man, a married woman. And I was like, what's going on? And this video has been released to the whole world to see what's going on. Why can't people not just keep themselves to themselves? You know, I wish I could share these videos. And when I saw it, I'm like, my God, this is someone that has been, he has a good job. He just threw his job away on the laps of Delilah. So the fact that they don't astray the truth shouldn't stop us from speaking out. I wish they would tell me things to my face instead. Office Romance Part 1 and 2. Honestly, I saw it, I'm like, this man, he has a good position in the country. This is someone that's respected. And then you just throw everything away because of a woman. And the woman has married herself. You were married, she's married. So what craziness is, what is it? You know, why can't people not just keep themselves to themselves? But anyway, Office Romance, can you imagine people that exactly people at the top? And the reason why, one of the reasons why people were so mad was the fact that he was saying during the COVID pandemic and lockdown and all that, he was saying, don't come close to your family. If you and your partner are not living together, you must not hug. And he was there kissing and snugging another woman, another person's wife. You know, so double standard, which is it's heartbreaking, honestly. But like I said before, what is the lesson that we've learned? Okay, you as a man, keep yourself to yourself. We don't know why he did what he did. We never know why men do what they do. Maybe because they have money. Maybe peer pressure or peer influence. Okay, the fish things from the top. Most of the time, it's the people at the top that do it. Exactly. You say one thing and then do another thing. Okay, well said. The truth is that no one of them will have liberty to tell you face to face. Yeah. So let's not let's try and keep ourselves to ourselves. You know, we never know why people cheat. But if you're having an issue in your relationship, in your marriage, then talk about it. There's no need to cheat. If you know that this is not working, just go. If you know you can't make it work, just go, instead of putting yourself in a situation whereby you now have to start cheating, and then it's heartbreaking. And my heart goes out to that man and his family. My heart goes out to the girl's family. You understand? Because whether the girl committed the crime or not, the family has been brought to shame. And the boy, the guy's family as well, his wife, his children, his poor mother, is heartbroken, because as soon as the thing happened, she said they killed her son. So it's heartbreaking. Let's learn a lesson from these experiences. Okay, well, thank you all so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. Human beings, to have self-control, it will go a long way in our various lives. And that's true. We need to have self-control, not only in terms of sexual relationship and all that. In every area of our life, we need to have self-control, self-discipline. Because if you have self-discipline and self-control in one area, then you'll be able to apply it in another area. But if you don't have that self-discipline, if you don't have that self-control in any area of your life, then there's every probability that you would also be unfaithful to your partner. Okay, everyone should learn to have self-control. I mean, yes, definitely. But thank you all so much for coming. Yagas in Dubai, Ify Best Channel, Mary Norway, Love Francis, Cubs there, Healthy Living with Deborah, Popstar Lifestyle, Elias Matters. Thank you all so much for coming. A Talk with Richie, Blue Jeans, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Let's see who else was there. Popstar Lifestyle, Ijema Okoro, thank you so much for coming. Ijema is my personal person. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Inspirational by Mary, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate Lady G. I'm just calling up to see the people on my chat. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you all for coming. Okay, so if I haven't called your name, I apologize, but I really do appreciate every single one of you for all your contributions as well. Thank you so much. But bottom line is, let's learn a lesson. Let's be disciplined. Let's call out bad behavior. I'm telling you, it should be taught as part of school honesty, self-discipline. Yeah, so let's call out bad behavior. Let's work on ourselves. And I remember once in my live stream, I think it was the Suma Barrier, that said, let's educate one person to educate all. So if you can educate the next person to you, then that person can educate the person next to them. Okay, so educate one to educate all. Okay, it's really important that we have self-control. We know and value our relationship, value your marriage. So why go into it if you know that you're not going to have value for it? I didn't hear my name. It's Talk with Richie. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you. I think this is where we call it a wrap. But I appreciate you all. It's been short and really sweet. Thank you so much. But thank you all for coming. I do appreciate you. Have a beautiful week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a beautiful week. And I'll see you next week by God's grace. God keeping us alive, strong and well. And keep living your best life. Take attendance. Keep living your best life always. Bye-bye. Bye.